Hello, won't you join me for some sexy music to keep you between the sheets and to get you up after dark with your host, Nikki Lee.
Hello, and welcome to Sexy Music After Dark. This is your host and love coach, Nikki Lee, and I'm so glad to be with you this evening. You know, I was trying to think about what the best possible theme would be for this holiday weekend, and it seemed like songs that are about summer, and especially the end of summer, would be the best thing to talk about. So let's just sit back, relax, get a nice cold drink, and hopefully have some cool air, and maybe even, sit outside, have a nice cool breeze, maybe some rain, you never know. And I'll see if I think I might have some songs you haven't heard before, or maybe you just haven't heard in a long time. And I've got quite a few tonight that I've never heard before. But I want to start tonight with a song that features Olivia Newton-John. You know, we just lost Olivia Newton-John, and so I figured let's start with a tribute to her. And so we got Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta in Summer Nights from Grease. All right. I have still got, believe it or not, I have still got my original vinyl album from Grease from years and years ago. I've watched that with my cousins. I had been to visit them in Chicago. We went to see that the first weekend it came out. I got the album as soon as I came home, and I still have that original album. It's in my basement, but I have it. So, all right. Now, how about one from The Doors? All right. It's called Summer's Almost Gone, and I've got the original version that they played at the Matrix. Now, the Matrix is in San Francisco, okay? Now, this started a 4-day engagement. Now, that's a relatively small club, seats about 100 people, and it attracted many touring bands. Okay, now normally the Doors performed somewhere that held, let's just say a few more than 100 people. Okay, but it was opened in 1965, and among others, it was there, Marty Balin of the Jefferson Airplane was involved with it, and it was a mainstay in San Francisco until 1971. Now, by the Doors standard, this was a rather sedate show, and the atmosphere was very intimate, okay? And what they did is they performed many songs and different versions of the songs. And it says that the audio tapes that are still around, if you can get your hands on one, they're very rare, they're very interesting, and they're very, very valued by the fans. So if you can get your hands on one of those, can't even imagine what they might be valued at right now. But I dug around, and I found a link to a show from December the 1st, 1966, from a show by the Grateful Dead that was held at the Matrix in San Francisco. And I'll be sharing a link for that on my Facebook page. Now, keep in mind, like I always do, I'm going to share information about all the songs I'm featuring tonight and videos of all of these songs, since I can't archive the music on the podcast directories, I will be sharing videos. So any of the songs that you want to hear, if you are listening on the podcast directories, remember, just go to facebook.com/sexymusicafterdark, and you can hear any or all of the songs. Okay, that's facebook.com/sexymusicafterdark. So let's listen to The Doors and Summer's Almost Gone. All right, and all you Grateful Dead fans, don't forget, check the Facebook page, Sexy Music After Dark, and check out that Matrix show for the Grateful Dead from December of 1966. I think you'll enjoy that. It's over 2 hours, and I think you'll enjoy it. All right, now how about The Cure and The Last Day of Summer? And on the Facebook page, I'm going to share with you a link from songmeanings.com. It's got the lyrics for Last Day of Summer by The Cure, and that's from their Blood Flowers album. And there's also some interesting comments on there I think you'll enjoy. So if you want to check that out, it'll be on the Facebook page. All right, now the next song, there's several versions of this out there, but I want to play the original version by Terry Jacks from 1974. Now, originally in 1964, the Kingston Trio first recorded an English version of Seasons in the Sun, okay? But Terry Jacks changed up and rewrote the lyrics because, even though he didn't get credit for it, because he thought that the Kingston Trio version was too macabre. Okay, so in the version by Briel, the man dies of a broken heart. Okay, so, but Terry Jacks didn't want to do that. So in his, the man acknowledges the rights and wrongs of his actions in life, but when he passes away peacefully. So he liked that ending better. So that's what he does with his version of Seasons in the Sun. So I kind of like that ending better. So let's take a listen to Seasons in the Sun by Terry Jacks from 1974. All right, now this next song, this is fascinating. Now, the next song is The Last Rose of Summer. Now, this started out, you got to follow me here because this is not what you're going to expect. It started out as a poem by an Irish poet named Thomas Moore, and it was written in 1805, okay? And he was staying in Jenkinstown Castle in County Kilkenny, Ireland, okay? Now, seriously, that's how it started, okay? And it was inspired by a specimen of Rosa O'D Blush. Okay. Now, there was an original piano accompaniment written by John Andrew Stevenson and several other arrangements in the 19th and 20th centuries. Okay? And that tune was published in December of 1813, okay, of Thomas Moore's, and it was a selection of Irish melodies, and that was put together at one point. Okay, so that was put together in the early 1800s. Okay, so everybody from you'd have to look, and I'll share the link that's got the background of this. Everybody from Beethoven to Judas Priest to Kanye West have used this poem and their version of the music for this song. Not kidding, folks. I'm really not kidding on this. But I have to share this. When I found this, I have to share this with you. So anyway, we're going to listen to the Judas Priest version. It was too good not to share. The background of this is just too good not to share. So let's listen to, and like I said, remember this started in 1805 with an Irish poem in County Kilkenny, Ireland, in a castle, inspired by a rose. So, Last Rose of Summer by Judas Priest. All right, y'all know how I love to time travel when we do these shows. So from 1800s Irish castle to the beach in 1984. So, let's see. So, let's go from Irish castle and roses to surfing on the beach. How about The Boys of Summer with Don Henley? And so we go from that to a Grammy Award for Best Male Rock Vocal Performance and Music Video that won several awards. Sounds like a logical jump to me. What do y'all think? All right. And this one I bet you we've all heard. So let's enjoy The Boys of Summer by Don Henley. All right, now for the Rolling Stones fans in the audience that are listening this evening, how about a little summer romance? Now, I'm a Stones fan, but this is one that I hadn't heard before. But it's definitely Stones, and it's definitely got the Stones feel to it. So let's listen to Summer Romance by the Rolling Stones. It says it's over now, it's through. All right, now this is one I know we all know. This is from 1976 from Bob Seger from his 9th studio album by the same name, released on Capitol Records. And it's a coming-of-age tale about adolescent love and reflecting back on it once he's an adult, thinking about a teenage love affair from the 1960s. And you guessed it, we're talking about Night Moves. So let's take it in. Night Moves by Bob Seger. You know, interesting enough, when Night Moves was recorded, it was recorded at Nimbus 9 Studios in Toronto, and the Silver Bullet Band had actually returned home, and so it was recorded with session musicians. Don't know if you knew that or not. All right, now this is more of a summer song, but you know what? I got to share this one with you. Now, it tells a story of how it's okay to reminisce only if you're willing to try something new. So it brings the nightlife to the morning or the daytime and shows how to live to celebrate life, building a mental picture of a hometown where practical people made life livable. That's straight from a review that I found for a song by an indie musician that happens to be a friend. And if you don't know about his music, you really, really, really need to check him out because he is awesome. And he has a plethora of music out there. And you got to check him out, folks. His name is Guy Paul Thibault, and he is from Canada. And I think you're really, really going to like him. And this song is called Day Drinkin'. And I will share his website link. Also, in addition to the video, I've got a lyric video, which has his picture on it too if you'd like to take a look. But I'll share that and his website on the Facebook page, facebook.com/sexymusicafterdark. So take a listen to Day Drinkin' by Guy Paul Thibault. I like that song. That is such a fun song. And doesn't it just make you feel like summer? I had to get it in one more time before summer was over. All right. Now this next song, Wake Me Up When September Ends by Green Day. This was released in September of 2005, the fourth single from the group's seventh album. It was a hit single. It became symbolic after Hurricane Katrina, dedicated to the victims of the disaster and dedicated to the victims of the September 11th attacks that occurred in 2001. And if you watch the video, which I'm going to post on the Facebook page, facebook.com/sexymusicafterdark, you actually see a couple that are broken apart by the Iraq War going along with the theme about loss. It's very clear. If you watch the video, you'll get that. And you also get very much the feeling of summer when you watch it. And, of course, the end of summer and summer and, I mean, the end of September and the end of summer, that all kind of works together. I think and September 11th was at the end of summer also. So I think that all goes with our theme for this evening. So I hope that you all enjoyed the show, and I'm also going to share We All Stand Tall by Ray Powers, which is also one for September 11th, which also kind of goes with the end of summer and ties in great with Wake Me Up When September Ends and the September 11th. Like I said, this time of year and all of those things. So I hope that you all enjoyed the show. I look forward to the beginning of Season 9 for Ready for Love Radio. And I look forward to all of you being with me for Season 9. So I am very happy that you're with me this evening. And I look forward to being with you next time on Ready for Love Radio.